spring.
Just caught a glimpse of the other of the Australians, Mitch Keeley. He's out wide. Australia going into these games and this event without its top two ranked runners in Ryan Gregson and Jeff Risley, but it is developing into an area of relative strength for Australia. I guess Gregson and Risley are yet to put the score on the board in international terms, although Gregson produced an Australian record coming fifth in that race in Monaco, which Kiplagat ran under 3:30.
It is really exciting back in Australia, Tim. We've got a whole new wave, a new generation of middle distance athletes coming through, and I think it's one of the healthiest we've seen Australian middle distance running for many years. And all of these guys really give each other a bit of a prod. They support each other, train together, they're prepared to get out and race against each other in the domestic season, and that's really what you need, because obviously travelling all the way to Europe, it's a hell of a long way to go. The Grand Prix circuit over in Europe requires them to be overseas for long periods of time. At their level, there's not a huge amount of money involved in it, so there's a lot of sacrifice. But to have a whole group of Australians back home that you can get out in our summer, in our domestic track season, and race against each other is really invaluable in terms of preparation for these sorts of major championships. A little bit of clipping of heels, it's not uncommon.
Two Kenyans. What a sensation it would have been if they brought each other down, and it would just underline the fact that anything can happen in a bunch field.
Yeah, and you know, that's typical of these championship races. There really is a lot of physical contact out there. You'll see athletes putting their hands out to just make sure that you're giving yourself a little bit of distance with the runners around you. They can get very, very aggressive over the last lap. If you happen to be boxed in on the inside, there's another little bit of a trip. Because the pace is varying, it accelerates and slows down. All of a sudden, you know, sort of what was running at a comfortable pace has slowed down, and the runner in front of you is running right into the front of you.
And the gut goes to the front for Kenya with just over 600 metres to run. Pace steady without being spectacular. Roth up on the outside, Keeley tucked away behind the bunch and not in the best of positions there. Andy Badley of England, recognisable to many track and field watchers in Australia, is up on the outside at the rear of the field and realising that he's got to try and improve his position to be there when the proverbial whips begin cracking. They're coming down to get the bell. It's a familiar sight. Three Kenyans out in front. McGutt, Kiplagat and Gatimba, 400 to go.
Now look, to see Jeremy up there, it's a wonderful indication of his confidence. He's obviously feeling very good. Watch also the New Zealander on the inside, Nick Willis, the defending champion. Very, very good competitor, very smart, cagey runner. He's boxed in a little bit there. He's going to have to find a way to get him out, get himself out. But you can see the physical contact. Elbows being thrown. Jeremy needs to lift it to maintain contact. Coming up to just 200 metres to go.
And here goes Kiplagat. He's made a move and he's broken away from the other two Kenyans. Only a couple of metres. Roth trying to hang on. He and Willis back in fourth and fifth positions. Kiplagat, this outstanding new young Kenyan talent. He's going to be challenged by McGutt and Willis, the dogged New Zealander, coming on, but they won't get Kiplagat. He is far too good. It's Kenya again. Silas Kiplagat wins. McGutt, the unsung Kenyan, takes silver, and Willis, the champion of 2006, has to be content with bronze.
Well, the 10th fastest runner in history. In his very first race outside of Kenya has really now backed up and come out and won this major championship. Only 21 years of age. Still got so much more experience, so much more development to go. Ran a very smart race, was well positioned, and was just able to kick home that last 200 and run himself clear.
Yes, just packed too many guns. The time is slow, 3:41.7.